good in the back? Good. Okay. We got head coach Hank Plona. Coach will open up with a statement and we'll jump into questions.
Happy to get a good win tonight. I guess I'm most probably pleased that I'm not saying strung together 40 perfect minutes or 2 perfect halves or anything like that, but we consistently defended with some effort and, strung together 2 decent halves on defense at about 30 points per, which had been an issue. Second half defense is something we've talked about and addressed, so was certainly happy to see us be able to maintain our defensive discipline for 40 minutes, and I thought we remained aggressive and unselfish on offense for 40 minutes as well. So all in all, probably a more positive night for us for sure. I think we've kind of last 4 or 5 days been trying to figure some things out, and I don't know if we have them all the way figured out, but I think today was a step in the right direction, and obviously have one more huge game here on Friday night before Christmas break, so trying to build into that and hopefully end this first half on a positive note.
Right, just looking at obviously Brian out, I guess, for the season. How much of that? How does that affect your dynamic? I mean, obviously, you got to play who you got, but do you play the same way, or what do you do with that?
Yeah, I don't know. We're trying to figure that out. I mean, I think it's Brian suffered an Achilles tendon tear in the first half of the Marshall game and had an MRI on Thursday that confirmed that. So he's having surgery tomorrow and is out for the season for sure. I think it's a positive, unrelated to Brian. I think Noah's been moving in the right direction these last 2 weeks. So, Noah came here to be an important part of this team, and and as he's gotten in shape, and it's been a couple of years since he played consistent minutes. So I think it's maybe been a little bit more challenging early, but man, we've seen the signs the last 2-3 weeks or so from Noah. So, I think we were probably about ready to go in a bigger role for him. Regardless, Blaze and Leroy obviously have a lot of experience and will continue to be a very important part of our team. And I would add that, that we can go small and play Grant at the 5, and Grant's not a center, but Grant is 6'9", and so I think we have a team that attacks the basket. We have a kind of try to get to the free throw line, get to the rim. When you remove any of the front court guys and all of a sudden Grant's the biggest guy, there's some space and there's some shooting dynamics, and that's something we experimented with a little bit tonight that I would think we'll probably do for some stretches just to kind of spread out our offense and see if it gives us a different look. So we'll continue to work through those things, and we got a lot of healthy bodies and a lot of guys that are eager and excited to play, and we'll keep figuring that out as we move forward.
And Brian redshirt, is that a possibility?
It is a possibility. Him and I really haven't even spoke about that. He's a 6th-year graduate student senior, so I think he would have to get an extension of clock waiver. We did that for Terrion Murdix this year for year 7 with an injury. I genuinely don't know about that. I'm sure if Bryant's interested, that's something that we'll look into. I think with some of these older guys, obviously it depends on kind of where they're at or what they want to do. So I think just out of respect, probably we're just going to take it kind of a day or a week at a time and get through this. But I think as far as the games played, yes, he can redshirt. But can you if you get injured in year 6, can you play in year 7? That's a new one that I don't think there's much precedent for. So I'm not sure fully the answer to that.
Was he a kid that had much of an injury history like that?
None. He's never missed a practice, never missed a game in his career. So he said it's the first major injury he's had.
Coach, you go back to the Marshall game last week. That was one where the shots just weren't seeming to fall. Tonight, you really
going back there, huh?
Well, tonight it felt like it was the exact opposite. Was that a product of unselfish play, or was that something?
Spacing, unselfish play, and just confidence. I think I still think there was some. I guess I never know this during the game, but I guess Grant's 1 for 5. But man, there was one right in front of our bench, Slate, that inside out, that Mello made a play to him that I thought Grant should shoot. We got to shoot paint touch threes. Got to shoot them. Got to shoot them. We have good shooters. We got to shoot them, and we can't just turn down, plow to the basket, make a mistake. Like, we've got to play basketball and shoot the best shot that's going to be there. So want those guys to keep gaining confidence, want us to keep scoring wherever the defense gives us a time to score. But I mean, just with what our free throw numbers are and our 2-point scoring right now, man, it's clogged up in there pretty good. I mean, that's what teams are, not giving us, but encouraging us to make the right play. So we worked on our spacing a lot the last 5 days. I thought in the Marshall game, our offense got very stagnant, just kind of watching guys dribble, and there was no room, there was nowhere to go. We weren't having any good pass and kick opportunities. So I thought our offense looked a little bit better. I'll go back and watch the film. But I mean, we need to have driving kick, spaced three-point shots, and it seemed that we did a better job of that tonight.
Of course, with Bryant out, more minutes, opportunities for people. Louis was a guy that really took advantage of that tonight. Looks like he has a little bit of a different skill set than Bryant, but obviously something that's playable.
No, Louis is a good player. I mean, Louis, I think, just been adjusting to us and to our team, and and playing at the level and all that. I mean, which normal type stuff, but. Louis deserved to play based on the last 3 or 4 days. I decided late last night I was going to play him there pretty early. I mean, he's and I would have, even if Brian was healthy, I would have played him. Like, Louis, unrelated to anything else, deserved to play, and he's 6'7", and he can jump, and he's got to continue to be comfortable being physical, but he's got some strength to him, and he's just a guy that you can play at the 4, can play at the 3. He's you can play Teagan, Louis, and Grant together, 3, 4, and 5. There's enough size and length if you figure out some things on defense. So yeah, he's certainly a good option for us, and I'm definitely happy for him. He's worked his tail off since he's been here, so happy that he had a game that hopefully he can build some confidence with.
Yeah, I know we probably won't get to talk to you again before Friday's game against Tulsa. Just another big game before the break. Just how important do you feel like that game is before you go on a little bit of a...
Man, it could be a real kind of kickstart for us, or a kickstart on the second half of the season, and a good exclamation point on the first half of the season. I'm going to have a hard time ever making too big, I don't, must win, stop it. Like, we're going to do everything we can to win that game. It's a heck of an opportunity. I mean, if they're 25, 30, 35 in the net, something like that, I mean, they're an elite level team. I mean, they put together a good group, and they kind of, I think, I haven't watched the film, but my staff tells me that they kind of play a little bit of a unique defensive style that we have to work on and figure out a little bit, and they're shooting the ball great, and and they've taken some transfers that have gone there, and some guys we recruited that have gone there and got off to a great start this season. So it's a heck of an opportunity is how I look at it. I think our win versus Wichita State is about as good of any Conference USA win so far this year, and I think if we were able to get another one that's, probably right now would be considered a little bit better, just net ranking wise, I think that makes, a good statement. So obviously it's an important, every game's important, but it's a heck of an opportunity to kind of finish this first half of the season, also the first 6 months we've been together. You don't want to let these opportunities slip. So I think it's very important that we continue to feel like we're playing good basketball, and we continue to prepare as well as we can, play together as well as we can, give the effort and attitude that we need to win games, and we've proven to ourselves that we can do that versus top level competition. So obviously it's one more chance to do that, and I think the group is excited about the game on Friday, and so far we've been pretty good when we get amped up and juiced to play. If anything, I'm more comfortable with that, and I get worried that sometimes we don't get amped up and juiced up to play some of the. Now we did tonight. I guess that's the biggest reason why tonight was a step in the right direction, because I didn't think the opponent mattered, I didn't think the time mattered, I didn't think the weather mattered, I didn't think anything mattered. I thought we played very well for each other and for the name on the front of that jersey. So we just need to have a couple more good days, and hopefully we can finish up this first half on a positive note Friday night.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you.